In this video, I found out that the muffler on my CRX was worse than I thought, but that's okay because I do replace it. I also take the first steps in addressing this very sloppy shifter. One day I'm going to organize my garage, but it's not today because I got something that I've really been waiting on for this WRX. I mean, replace the W with a C. I got the new muffler or axle back for the CRX. So today I'm going to go hopefully make quick work of installing it. So this will serve as the before clip. I should have bought my larger floor jack. There's not much room to work, but there's not much work to do. So hopefully it'll all work out. Even though these nuts and bolts don't look all that bad, they're still getting some peanut butter blaster. I know for at least part of its life, this car wasn't well maintained, but I must say it seems to have been a Southern car for most of its life because there is very, very minimal rust. It's saving grace, I say. So now I just have to get this hanger off, and I did not think to bring some lubricant. That makes it so much easier. I think it's coming. I almost got it. So now one more. Yeah, this one looks loose. So, hoping that makes it easy to come off. Yeah. So that should be it. Oh, so this is supposed to be loud. My dad had a muffler from this brand on his 68 Chevrolet stepside. Shoot, judging by the size of the muffler and the dual pipes, this should be a lot quieter. Let's take a look at this muffler and see actually how bad it was. This is definitely getting trashed, but I will keep the hangers. And a Rock Auto magnet. All right, so there's the new one and the old one side by side. And no wonder when I taped up this area, I still had a lot of noise because the whole exhaust is holey. No wonder. But anyway, time to put the new one in. So I'm gonna get it hung and then I'm gonna bolt it down. Seems to be all right. All right, she's hung. All right, let's see what it sounds like. It's windy, but you can hardly hear anything. All the noise is coming from the front. Now I just need a stock intake, and this thing will be super sweet. All right, so the next big drivability thing I want to address is the shifter. So I'm gonna sit it down and see if I can go ahead and tackle that today too. So here's the situation with the shifter now. So you have play from here to here, right? That's all play. Here, then you can find fifth and reverse. And then all the way over here, you can find first and second. Front to back is sloppy as well, but it's not as loose. And if you're in a gear, let's say first, it's still that sloppy. So third, that's a lot of movement. And sometimes when I was driving, I'd be in third and I thought I was in neutral, but no, that's locked. There's no detent we can go farther. So I'm hoping that this bushing kit will help. Like with the rest of this car, these bits are filthy, so I'm going to clean them up a little bit. That's a little cleaner. So if you look at the play in this, that has got to be some of the issue. And actually, it doesn't look like there's much play on this. There's also a bushing right here. This bushing seems to be hanging in there. We're gonna replace that. And oh my goodness, a lot of sloppiness in this area. So let's look at the kit and see what bushings we have. So we got the installation grease, that rear bushing, and the front bushing. That's it. I don't know if that's gonna help our problem that much, because we have sloppiness all over the place. Yeah, so these bushings go like this, and this goes on that back section. I may be looking into more bushings because I'll install this right quick, but that won't solve everything. So I'm gonna start with this one. It looks pretty straightforward. Taking these out with a 12mm. This is a lot like the B series. Might even be identical. All right, so that comes down. So we'll reuse this, which I believe is symmetrical. And we'll take that out, and we'll reuse these spacers that are on the inside. So I'm gonna see if I can push the spacers out. And I like to not get up from under the car to do it. Ah, yeah. So this one's coming out. Just putting a socket in it, pushing through. So that's one free, and that's the other. So these don't need to be greased because they're the mounting spacers, but this center part does. Just squeezing some grease out of it into the center, and I'll squeeze some grease onto that and work it around. So now this should be harder to put on than the other one was to take off because it's a bit more rigid. Come on. There we go. So now I'll just use the old bracket and the old bolts to remount it. Somehow that doesn't seem like the brace is holding it as tightly as it did the original one. But it's on there, and I'll recheck the part number. But this sloppiness here, I need to figure out what bushings I need for that. I have a feeling I'm going to feel the same way about these. So I believe that is a 12mm. Yeah, those might already be upgraded bushings. They're not polyurethane bushings, but they don't seem to be in bad shape. Come on, come out. It doesn't want to come out. Yeah, it's definitely much softer than the ones I'm about to install. Let's see, that should allow me to push it out now, but it doesn't. Ah, I think that'll get it. Ow, that hurt. Ouch. I'm gonna grease up all these surfaces really good. Then I'll put this one in. Yeah, this is the right part number because the B series ones are a bit bigger. Dadgummit, my gloves are kind of dirty. You get to work and you don't think about it. But anyway, it'll be all right. Now I'm just gonna push it back in. Uh-oh. All right, I am not optimistic, but let's go see how the shifter feels. As I suspected, it's the same. So let's say I'm in third, it can still feel like neutral. And first, can still feel like neutral. So, let's see. Does this come out? Oh, dadgummit. Old cars, man. Well, I imagine I can replace that. But anyway, I'll deal with that later. So the shifter feel still is pretty much the same. So I'm going to do more digging. I definitely need to solve this. I'm eager to drive it with the new exhaust, but I definitely want to address the shifter before I drive it a lot. I have a feeling I'm going to have to do a bit more research. If you would like to follow along to see what I do, hit subscribe. If you would like to see the things I've already done to this CRX, check out the playlist. Thanks for watching. Take care.